Welcome, all of you, to Sip On and Spin. Today is a momentous occasion because we are going to solve a mystery that has, for years and years, gone unsolved. Finally, we get some closure today. And it has to do with the 1987 film Dirty Dancing. I think the main thing we all remember from that film was the scene where Baby, the protagonist, carries a watermelon up a flight of stairs. She's carrying it to a staff party where she gets to see dancing that they consider to be dirty for the first time, and it starts a whole adventure for her. What we never really find out is what happens to those watermelons. Why were they carrying them to the staff party? Fans have been asking for years, and the creators have refused to give any insight. But now we finally have an answer. They were going to use them to make a cocktail. That's right. And the cocktail is called Nobody Puts Watermelon in a Corner. So let's make one right now. All right, so to make this historic drink, we're going to need several ingredients. The first of which is watermelon juice or watermelon puree. We're also going to need half an ounce of lime juice, which we can squeeze out of a fresh lime. We're going to need half an ounce of honey, some vodka, that's what makes it a cocktail. And we're also going to use some tahine, which we're going to put on the rim. And tahine, if you're not already familiar, it's a seasoning with salt and lime and, I don't know, some other stuff as well. It's delicious. Let's get started, and we're going to start with the star ingredient, if ever there was one, which is the watermelon juice. We need 2 ounces of this. We're going to use our measure, and I'm just going to spoon out some of this watermelon juice. Oh, I spilled a little on the mat there, but that's okay. There's plenty more. There's a little more. Okay. You want to get it right to the brim. There we are. And then put that, without spilling a single drop, into your mixing glass. We will also want some lime juice. What I'm going to do is use this halved lime that's already been cut open, and I'm going to crush the lime juice out of it. We're looking for half an ounce. So I've got my measure here. I'm going to measure half an ounce of lime juice. Now we have a full and proper half ounce of lime juice that we're putting into our drink. Now we need honey. We also need half an ounce of honey, which you squeeze right out of the bottle, like so. If you put a little extra in there, that's totally fine. The honey needs a little help to come out because it's thick and slow. We also need some vodka. This is what really got the staff party going. If they had just served watermelon juice, the dancing would not have been as dirty. This is the secret ingredient. You want an ounce of vodka to the brim and pour it in. Now, normally we would shake this at this point in our shaker with ice, but we need to stir it first. The reason is because honey, before it dissolves in your drink, is just collected there at the bottom, and it will glob up once it gets cold enough. So you want to make sure that it dissolves in your cocktail. Once your honey is all dissolved, now you can go about shaking it. Now, the next thing we're going to do is prepare our presentation glass. Now, we want to have a tahine rim. And we're going to do this by first putting some lime juice so it will attach. So just get the lime juice all the way around on the rim. And now put your tahine on the plate. So you're just gonna dab it in there and twist around until you've got tahine, excuse me, all the way around. That's looking pretty good. I also want to prepare our garnish. So I'm going to take a fancy toothpick, grab a few cubes, 2 or 3, of watermelon, right on the middle there. And we're going to add a little tahine on there too. Looks good. We're going to pour our drink in, ice as well. You might lose an ice cube, that's fine. Now, if you are a fan of bitters, there's a lot of different flavors you can add, and it's a nice little addition. I'm using one from Crude, which is a company out of North Carolina. Maybe you're there and they're right down the street. Go pick up some bitters. This one's called Pooter, and it is a smoke and salt flavor. So what I'm going to do is just grab a few drops. I'm going to put in like half a dozen drops in there and stir it up. If you don't have that, this will still be an excellent cocktail. Now we're going to throw our garnish on top. And this is a very nice looking cocktail that Baby and Patrick Swayze would be proud to drink. And in fact, they did. I assume that there's a scene where everyone is drinking these cocktails, and they are all congratulating Baby for having brought the watermelon up the steps, because they're fairly steep, and I imagine the watermelon was heavy. Let's give this a try. Oh yeah, nice and smooth and sweet. The tahine on the rim gives it a nice salt and lime flavor. Here, let the dirty dancing begin. Thanks so much for watching, and if you like that, you should know that we have a plethora of similar cocktail recipes, videos, and some other nonsense at siponitandspin.com, so go check it out. It's a good time. In fact, I was about to head over there myself, so I will see you there.